Okay, so my 1 month ahead account is at $2,000. Feels so good. You guys, the feeling when you accomplish your financial goals, it's just so amazing. So I just want that feeling for all of you. That's why I make these videos. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another financial video. I'm so excited for this one because we are going to be talking about being 1 month ahead. Before we get into the video, make sure that you're subscribed if you're new, and please give this video a thumbs up because it helps the algorithm, makes me happy, and lets me know that you like honest and transparent financial content on YouTube. Let me know in the comments, are you guys working towards getting 1 month ahead? And if not, what is your current financial goal and how are you doing on your journey to achieving it? I love talking with you guys about your goals, seeing, when our goals are the same, when they're different. I love to chat about it with you guys. So let me know in the comments. So we have a doggy in the back. She's really excited for me reaching 1 month ahead, and I got vaccinated today. So I have jacked myself up on coffee to stay awake, but it is May 31st, which means that tomorrow my rent is due. So today is the perfect day to walk you guys through my new financial system now that I am 1 month ahead. So in today's video, we're gonna talk about what does it mean to be 1 month ahead? How did I get 1 month ahead? And my new budgeting system / savings, payment, paying rent, paying expenses, all of that we're gonna be covering in today's video. So what does it mean to be 1 month ahead? Now, being 1 month ahead for me means being 1 month ahead. Being 1 month ahead means being a month ahead, which means that you're a month ahead. Okay, let's do this. Being 1 month ahead for me means having 1 month's worth of expenses saved up in an account that I can use to pay off my expenses in advance, and then have the money that's incoming be used more strategically. Does that make sense? Basically, I wanted to have my rent as well as a few $100s extra in a savings account so that I'm not paying my rent directly from my paycheck. So currently, my current financial snapshot is like this. On the first of the month, I get paid and immediately that money goes towards rent. So I get paid around $1,800 per paycheck, and then I have to pay $1,350 for rent. So every month I'm losing the bulk majority of my first paycheck to paying rent. This leaves very little money for savings, and my savings ends up falling in the middle of the month around the same time as paying off my credit cards. So that means that I prioritize paying my credit cards over saving, and my savings often fall to the wayside. So what I really wanted was to be able to pay my rent from an account, my 1 month ahead account, and then take my paycheck and put it directly into savings. Personally, I think the beginning of the month just has that fresh feeling, and being able to prioritize your savings at the beginning of the month every month is really in line with the whole pay yourself first mentality, and is really something I wanted to get into the habit of doing. But my rent is super expensive, so I did need to save up to get to this 1 month ahead point where I have a special account with $2,000 in it, so that covers my rent and a few, potential like pop-up expenses. Eventually, I might want to grow this account to be even more, to really drill down, okay, this can pay my rent, my hydro, etc. But I really just wanted to start with rent, work on my emergency fund, and come back to this account later. So I hope that gives you guys a bit of a definition of what it means to be 1 month ahead, at least what it means for me. Later in the video, I'm going to be talking about how I got there and how I saved up that $2,000 in order to get ahead. It wasn't necessarily easy, but to start and just to give you guys a little bit more visual, I wanted to walk you through my new budget plan now that I'm 1 month ahead, and I'm actually going to do the payment and the money moving around live on camera. So you guys know every month I post a monthly money update, and that takes place in the middle or towards the end of the month, and it usually involves me discussing my spending, paying off my credit cards, etc. So this is the first of the month, and this is like the first time I ever film a video that is purely about paying my expenses, like my necessary expenses, my rent, and putting money into savings. So this is a very big deal for me, a very big accomplishment, and I hope this video can inspire you guys to get 1 month ahead, continue taking charge of your finances, and just give you guys like a realistic view of how it can work to pay yourself first, because it hasn't always been easy for me. In fact, it's been extremely difficult, and this was the only way that I could figure out how to actually pay myself first, by really really separating my bills from my rent and my savings. So rent and savings at the beginning of the month, bills in the middle of the month, and we'll see if this system works out. I'm just doing trial and error, pretty much live on camera for you guys. So we'll see in the next monthly money videos how this works. But now let's talk about my plan. So because I don't have like a fancy editing system, I can't put a cool graphic on the screen. So I made this on a piece of paper with Sharpie and highlighter. So this is my 1 month ahead plan. On the first of the month, I am going to pay my rent from my 1 month ahead account. So like I said, I have a dedicated savings account that is just for being 1 month ahead. I called it my 1 month ahead. I nicknamed it on my Royal Bank account, and that is that. So on the first of the month, I'm going to transfer from my checking, I'm going to transfer from my 1 month ahead to my checking $1,350 and then e-transfer that to my landlord. So my rent is $1,350. Then from my paycheck, the money that went straight into my checking account, I'm going to send $1,000 to my savings. And that $1,000 is going into my emergency fund. That is the current financial goal that I'm working on, is saving for a $10,000 emergency fund. And that emergency fund is currently being held in Wealthsimple. I have it in a Wealthsimple cash account earning 0.75% interest. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to have that. I'm going to send it over myself. Eventually, I want to get to the point where this is automated, but just as I'm getting used to this new system to make sure it works, I'm going to do it myself. And then probably after a month or two of ensuring that it works, I'm going to automate this. So every month, $1,000 will automatically fly over to my savings and I won't even have to think about it. I'm going to take a moment here to plug Wealthsimple because I really, really love their products. This isn't sponsored, but I have 2 different accounts and like a third on the way with Wealthsimple. The first is my investment account. So this is a tax-free savings account that is actually invested into funds in the market. This is more for long-term growth. Then I have my Wealthsimple cash account, which is where I'm holding my emergency fund. The reason I have it in here rather than in the investment account is because investment accounts fluctuate, where I want my emergency fund to be steady. But with the Wealthsimple cash, you get more interest than in a traditional savings account with the bank. So that's why I have it there. So those are all within one app called Wealthsimple Invest, and I will have a link to it down below. If you sign up for it, you can get, I believe it's $50 by investing $500. So that's really cool. I will link that down below, and that's a deal that you can't find anywhere else. Then the third on the way with Wealthsimple is the trade account. So I already have the account, however, I haven't actually purchased any stocks, but I will be doing that very soon, and I will do it on camera. So that's my shout out for Wealthsimple. I love their banking products. They're really, really good. If you are looking to start an emergency fund or you want an account that you can hold money in that's going to earn you higher interest than at your TD or your RBC account, this is a really good option. So money goes to rent, money goes to the Wealthsimple emergency fund, and that's all that's going to be happening on the first of the month. And then, like I said, in time, this will be automated. Then in the middle of the month on the 15th, I am going to take my middle of the month paycheck and transfer $1,350, so the amount of my rent, to my 1 month ahead account. So the point of this account is to always keep it funded at $2,000. So whatever I take out of it has to go back into it. And that's where things can get tricky, making sure that that becomes a priority. But I just think if I visualize it like a bill, so every 15th of the month, bam, the money goes straight back in. It should work. I don't sound too confident because I know myself and I always have trouble with these kinds of things, but that's the goal. That's what's going to be happening. And if I don't keep up with that goal, I'm pretty much just sabotaging myself for next month, because the $1,350 that I'm paying in the middle of the month is basically paying my rent for next month. Does that make sense? So that's the goal. That's how it should work. And next monthly money update, I will update you guys on how that went. So you'll see. And then also on the 15th, I will pay my credit card, deal with my YouTube income, etc., etc. So everything that you guys usually see. The only difference is that $1,350 needs to come from my paycheck straight into that 1 month ahead account. So nothing really crazy is changing. I'm more just rearranging when I'm paying for certain things. Like either way, a huge chunk of my paycheck is going to rent. It's just instead of it happening at the beginning of the month, it happens at the end. And this way I prioritize savings. So my goal for this is really that it guarantees saving and it gets me more in that paying myself first mentality. And by having a win at the beginning of every month by saying, yes, done, I put $1,000 to savings, I'm really hoping that that will get me in a positive financial momentum and help me make better decisions throughout the month. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions. But now let's talk about how I actually got 1 month ahead. So basically, the way to get 1 month ahead is to save your money. Every month, and I think it took me about 3 or 4 months to get 1 month ahead, I put money aside into this special account. I am a huge advocate for having multiple bank accounts, like multiple accounts within the same bank, or even with different banks, like I mentioned with Wealthsimple, but have different accounts and label them so that you can keep your stuff super organized. For example, I have my 1 month ahead account, I have my YouTube tax account, I have my YouTube regular account, I have a savings account, I have a savings account for my dog who is sleeping over here. I like to keep everything separate because it really gives each dollar a purpose, and it, you know, there's no blurred lines, there's no Robin Thicke around here. There's no blurred lines between what each dollar is for, so that's how I like to do it. So I would recommend opening up its own special account that's gonna help you feel super motivated. Then you need to set a goal for the exact amount that you want. My goal was $2,000 because to me that is rent plus a little bit more. It's a clean number and it also feels achievable. Then every month you just need to start putting money aside into this account. You can decide, okay, every month I'm gonna put $500. You can say, okay, every month I'm gonna put whatever I can. Personally, I'm more of like a whatever I can kind of girl because I've just been having bad money decisions over the past few months. It's okay. But I knew what I wanted. I knew that when I got my 1 month ahead, I would feel so good and so secure. So that was like really just my push to just like throw as much money as I can in there. The other thing that I found really helped me with saving for this account is not waiting until the middle or the beginning or the end of the month, whatever, to put money into this account. But anytime I got like an extra 20 bucks, like someone e-transferred me for something, or I sold something on Poshmark that made me money, I instantly put that money straight into the 1 month ahead account, because that helps you grow your savings without even thinking about it. And if you're just watching this video for fun and you're not looking to necessarily get 1 month ahead, that's a really good tip too, just for growing your savings in general, or paying off your debt, is when you get those extra pieces of income, even if it's 20 bucks, just put it towards your savings. Don't even think about it. Don't think about spending it. Don't think about where should it go. Savings, debt, 1 month ahead, whatever it is. That is truly my best tip. Of course, you know, when you want to save money and when you have a savings goal, you do want to cut back on your expenses, because that's kind of how you can either make more money or you can spend less money. That's how to save. Ideally, you would do both, right? You would ask for a raise, you would do a side hustle. That's not the point of this video, but you know, consider upping your income, consider spending less, and putting all that extra money towards your 1 month ahead account. So treat it like a regular savings account, set a goal, flood it with money, and you will get 1 month ahead faster than you ever even thought. I hope this inspired you to consider getting 1 month ahead. Stay tuned throughout my other videos to see how it goes. And now let's actually make the transfers and do the first 1 month ahead thing. 1 month ahead thing, let's do it. Okay, so I got paid today. We love it. I'm just gonna sign into my bank, Face ID. Okay, so my 1 month ahead account is at $2,000. Feels so good. You guys, the feeling when you accomplish your financial goals, it's just so amazing. So I just want that feeling for all of you. That's why I make these videos. So I'm going to transfer from that account, from 1 month ahead, $1,350 to my checking. Done. Now, it technically doesn't make sense to like transfer it from my checking when the money's like already there, and then like I'm doing a lot of money moving, you could argue, for no reason. The reason I do it is because making those payments and like consciously saying I'm transferring it from here to here, it says like this money belongs here, it belongs to the 1 month ahead account, I'm taking it from that account, so I know I have to refill it. So I just think it's important for me, as someone who struggles with staying on a budget or who just hates budgets in general, to be really conscious when I do make these transactions, because it helps me take it more seriously and I think ensures more success in the long run. So that transfer is done. Now I am going to pay my rent. So I have my landlord saved as like an e-transfer recipient. So we're gonna send him $1,350 for my rent. It's like all the way at the bottom, even though he's the one I pay the most. Okay, continue, send. Amazing. So now I'm going to log into my Wealth Simple account. You're jumping down. You don't want to hang out anymore. That's okay. So I'm actually going to show you guys a screen recording so you can see here on the side how I do the Wealth Simple. So I do it through the app rather than through my banking app. So I sign in. You guys can see on the screen I have $2,455 already in the account, in the saving account. So that is what I'm using as my emergency fund. So I am, what is that, like 1/5 of the way towards my goal. So I'll just click on it. You can see on the side there that it said I'm earning 0.75% interest. And then I just press the big yellow button to add funds. We're doing $1,000. And you can see it asks for if you want it to be one time or automated. The day I move this to automated, chef's kiss is gonna be such a good day. I really hope that's next month. Ugh. And you know what? I just realized I can automate this, and then on the 15th of every month, I can automate the $1,350 to go straight to the 1 month ahead account, so I don't even have to worry about it. Because honestly, once you get your money onto autopilot, that they call it, where everything's automated, it's just like such peace of mind. I just haven't quite gotten there where I can relinquish the control. But anyways, all that to say, $1,000. Let's go to the Wealth Simple Save. Submit. Okay, perfect. So it takes a day for the transfer to go. You see all of these coins like fall onto the screen. It's so satisfying. And we're done. So you guys, that is it for my very first 1 month ahead video. I hope you liked it. I hope it inspired you. Let me know if you are planning on getting 1 month ahead and how it's going for you in the comments. I love talking with you guys about your personal finance. I love when you're so open and share with me. So thank you so much for joining me on this little video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you all in my next one. Bye.